Good morning, it's Friday the 13th of June, so another weekly update for you. This morning, course setup out there, we've done cut greens, roll greens, tees and aprons, and a full rake to the bunkers, and also done a driving range pick as well to get that through the next couple of days. Very much in a summer flow of grass growing, and staying on top of it with frequencies of greens every day, aprons 3 times, tees twice. And fairways have been done once, but we've left the holes that the robots plural are doing. We've got another machine in, so I'll do a little bit on that and shortly. Those holes are fairways 1, 9, 18, 10 and 2. We expanded the Crest robot that we've got on demo. It got across the first bottom half of 9 and 18 2 or 3 times, so not taking a lot off. So I wanted to expand that and stretch it and see how it would cope, increase its workload by doing 10 and 2 as well, which is it's been good. We're not a huge grass factory here at Ogbourne, with nice fescue fairways, and it's not huge. We don't get huge amounts of growth, which is nice. It means we can stay on top of things a little bit easier than some other places. So I believe I don't want to go too much into robots, but because I want to do a bit of a feature on them shortly. But I think they will stretch across quite a wide area. And elsewhere, we've also got a green spray in. We managed to fix our issue with the sprayer. So we did a feed yesterday, which was ideal. We got in there and had a bit of time to dry before we had a bit of rain. We've had just on that topic, nice to get a little bit of rain, which just again keeps the pressure off the irrigation system and the hand watering. So ideal, gets us through till next week. Looks like there's a bit of rain on the around on tonight, Friday night, early hours Saturday morning. So again, that will tick us over and take the pressure off all that watering. So an update on the robots as the Crest one that we first demoed has now been with us for a week. We've also got a Husqvarna in to demo over the next week or two as well. So you may see that out there, a slightly larger model. You'll see that out there over the weekend and into next week as well. So we will explore all options and look at all different brands and that are available to us and see which one we think are the best for us. But I must say I've been incredibly impressed. I didn't imagine or envisage using them on fairways. I thought, no, I'd much prefer the cylinder cut, which I still do in appearance. But some of the benefits you gain, I think the positives of the robots far outweigh the negatives of having that cylinder and roller cut. Just from what I've seen of the two models so far, I'd particularly be excited for the Husqvarna, where it's slightly larger as well, and I think you'd be able to cut a tighter cut. You can play around and get it almost as low as you want it. So I'd be very, very excited for that. And it's just some of the features, like you can program them in to cut straight lines as you wish. So human error will always hold us back away from having perfect straight lines on the edges and things like that, or down the centres and where we want them. So the way you can program those, and as I said, the positives of the robots far outweigh the negatives. So I'm very, very sold and think they are absolutely fantastic. I can't remember whether I mentioned prices last week, but when you consider the fairway mowers up to around £80,000 to replace now, and we would need at least 2 of those. With our fleet of stock we carry, we've got 3 at the moment. The idea is that we're going to have 2 fairway mowers and then a backup which cuts the driving range, and we'll slowly introduce into cutting pathways as well. So we have 3 of those, and also the semi-rough mower that costs over £100,000 to replace now. So when you add up all of those things, then you have to pay someone to sit on top of it. You have to pay the diesel. You have to sharpen the fairway units. You have to add all the servicing and all those things. When you add all those up, the price comparison is astronomical. It is unrivaled. It is well worth investing in the robots and to have those working all the time. And you're going to get you'll see a benefit on the golf course because it's being cut more often and more regularly. And as I said, it isn't in any way, shape, or form designed to take away any greenkeepers. It's purely it will allow us to reallocate ourselves and our hours elsewhere to work on the more finer details, attention to detail jobs to or construction projects, and keep pushing forward. It gives us, there's many things that we've almost getting behind on in terms of, we know that the fence is down on 11 and things like that, and the steps need replacing on 15, and there's all sorts of snagging jobs that need doing on the golf course. Is going to allow us far more time to keep up and on top of those jobs, rather than chasing our tail of cutting the grass and then any spare time we've got focusing on those jobs. So I think that the benefits of the robots far outweigh the negatives, and they're very, very economical compared to what we have set up currently. Having lost the handrail on the 15th due to it rotting, we've pulled it out because it's almost more dangerous to have something that's faulty than to have nothing at all. So we pulled that out. We wouldn't want someone to lean on it, relying on it, and then fall over because of it. So we removed that. And then we've readdressed. We've gone in there to try and put a new handrail up, and found a lot of the sleepers underneath are rotting and starting to fail. So it's almost. Sometimes naturally happens, opens a can of worms, and the job becomes bigger than what was before. So we're going to take out any rotting sleeper steps because we won't have anywhere to screw into for the handrail that we're putting in. We'll take away any sleeper steps and replace those, and we'll probably pull all these. We're going to pull all these out, and then have a nice even step pattern up to the top. And then we're going to continue using our sleeper theme. So we're going to drill some sleepers into the side of those steps, and then attach a handrail to those uprights on the sleepers. So that's the plan. That's very much what we're going to work on and focus on quite a bit next week. So we have tried to create 3 alternatives if you're not comfortable using the steps. So you can either use the greenkeeper path, which is down the left of 14, so you can just walk backwards down that fairway to the trees and cut in up there. We've also trimmed a path to the left of the steps, so it's a grass path to walk up to, or alternatively use the red tees. I know that's not realistic if you're playing a competition or anything like that, but if you feel that you don't want to walk up the steps, you can just go and you're not in a competition, just go and use the red tees if you're far more comfortable with that for that hole. So earlier I mentioned we'd been able to fix the sprayer, and that was all back up and running and operational again. So we've headed out and done spot sprayed a lot of the clover on the golf course. Is very much clover season. It happens every year where you do an early season spray for weeds, which are predominantly daisies, and then by June time the clovers all started to come out and in flower. So we've been out and done most of that. Got a little bit to finish off. We've actually run out of product in the end. We've been spot spraying it with the boom sprayer just because at the time we'd like to do it by hand, but there's quite a lot out there, so it's more efficient and economical to do it with the boom sprayer. And I've just been driving sort of 3 to 9 side to side on each hole and just attack it and just switching the booms on every time I see an area where where there's a patch of clover. So and then having a look around the tea complexes and green surrounds and things like that as we're there. So just it's probably a bit too much work for two people to head out and spot spray with the volume that we've got out there, and plus the time isn't on our side with the things we've got with irrigation projects and trying to fix those 15 steps and some of the admin we've got going on as well. So it makes far more sense to do it in with the boom sprayer, because I've reported early in the year how we went around and spot sprayed the daisies. We're tending to find that those earlier sprays in the year with the daisies and other weeds the volume is nowhere near as large, due to the blanket sprays that we've done over the last few years. So that's the reason why we go to the knapsacks, and potentially we've got a little bit more time as the grass isn't growing quite as much and not so many things going on. But so it's definitely the right decision to put it in the boom sprayer and just and spot spray the boom sprayer. So again, we're not blanket spraying all the fairways and semi-rough. We're just attacking the areas where they are, so turning it on and off as we go to keep the again, it's good for the environment by not spraying everywhere, and good for the budget by not spraying everywhere as well. So only hitting the areas where we need to with that. And as I said, we just run out of product to finish off, so I think we still got 12. We got 12 round to 16 to spray, and then So but the worst of it is down the bottom holes like 1, 2, 10, and 3, 9, 18, and areas like that. So we attack those, prioritize those areas, and just have some. As soon as we get some more product in, we do buy a specific chemical for weed killer herbicide for clover, because it really knocks it back. I remember one of the first or second year I was here, the clover was absolutely hideous on the driving range. We sprayed this product, and we've barely seen any comeback ever since. So touch wood, with this application that we do, we'll continue to knock it all back, and we won't get as much coming up next year in a similar way that I was just saying we've had with the daisies and other weeds earlier in the year. So I'm going to do a little feature on the 17th bank and what we've sort of agreed and how we're going to go forward with maintenance on that, because there has been some noise over. Some people find it quite dangerous to stand on and things like that, and play golf shots on. So if my initial point is that if it's sort of dangerous to stand on and play a golf shot, it's sort of similar. It's dangerous to stand on and strim or try and fly mow down in the for us as well. So we do, and again it's an area where I like to introduce that rustic definition and have those show off those banks with wispy grass, which I think look fantastic. But what we're trying to do again is have it thin and wispy, so thin and wispy in this area that we're trying to encourage balls to roll down to the bottom and not get caught up in them, so that you're not playing golf shots off them. We're not having to strim it down, fly mow it all the time, and which suits everyone. So what we came up with this year and what we decided we were going to do was to fly mow the top band. So just off the green, you go from green into apron, and then we fly mow one band down the hill. And the idea of that is it encourages the ball to roll down the bottom, keep the momentum to roll down through those banks. And then we've just extended, you can see where the green and white stakes are. We've extended those out, and the idea there is that because we're encouraging balls to come over and roll down, we don't want them during very dry periods where it can get burnt out and the ball rolls for a long way for as it can do and does up here in the summer at times. We don't want it rolling down towards 18 and going on forever. So the idea is we're going to grow a little bit more down the bottom of that slope to try and, now once the balls have got their momentum coming off the green and the back, that it sort of snags it up and slows it down quite a bit, so that it's not rolling all the way down the hill and going on forever. So that's the theory. That's what we sort of agreed between the Greens Committee when we went out and had a look and came up with, and hopefully that works through the year and is ideal for everyone. and this will be taken into any of the banks that we've got around the green. So right of 1, left of 3, right of 8 as well. So yeah, so we tend to get more noise about the one on 17, potentially because there's bulls are getting stopped there. So hopefully, as I said, hopefully this works, and we'll can have it set up on all of those holes where we have those wispy banks. And just finally, an irrigation update for you, as you'll see quite a bit of digging up at the 14th white tee where the irrigation pipe comes into our site. We're currently up there just exploring and trying to find the separate feed, which I explained last week goes down the 14th or elsewhere. As we want to, I'll talk more when we finish the job, but we want to put something called master valves in there. So the leak isn't fixed yet in terms of we're still waiting for the contract to come back out and fix that. But while he's out here, we want to put a couple of master valves in, and I will talk more about that when it's finished and what that they entail. But if you there's quite a bit of digging gone up at 14 as we're starting to. It's we're just digging out, trenching out and trying to find a connection where it taps into our pipe to go off down the separate line. And that is all for this week, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Looking ahead to next week, look forward to telling you more about the second robot demo we've got on, and we'll continue working on the 15 steps.